Good evening, August. Tshegofatso Modiga is my name. I am 19 years of age. I am a college student. I am originally from South Africa, but now study here in the United States of America. I am a freshman going to my second semester. I mean, I've already started my second semester for like 2 weeks now. It has always been a goal and a dream of mine to study here in the United States. It was definitely not a walk in the park, but through God's grace, through just sheer determination, here I am. I mean, this is my vision board, and here I have some of the things I want to achieve. I've achieved some of them. Berea to Bridgeport back in South Africa. I lived in Johannesburg, Berea, and now I'm in Bridgeport, Connecticut at the University of Bridgeport. So it does pay off to, put your intentions out to the universe because they do manifest. Other than that, I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I've always had an excuse not to. One was being that I do not have the right equipment, and secondly, that I did not simply have the sufficient time. And when I took a look back, I said, those are not sufficient reasons not to do what it is you want to do. Number one, use what you have to get what you want. And that is, hey, you want a YouTube channel. If what you have now is a laptop, then use a laptop to, make videos. I mean, and look at your calendar, look at what days you are free, and slot in a simple 5-minute video. It's that simple. 5 minutes, August. And I did just that, and this is my first sort of kind of official video. So what do I want to talk about today? The power of your environment. I always have something to say. I've always had like 15-second short videos on Instagram. If you're interested in that, go ahead, have a look. My links would be in the description below. And my handle is at Miss President SA. So the power of your environment. This is everything from the top of my head, nothing written down. I just have a cup of coffee with me. So yeah, walk with me. The power of your environment. One of the reasons why I wanted to study here in the United States was because of the environment it has. Of course, that stems from a trait of capitalism, which is sheer hard work. And I come from a place where there's lots of government support, meaning that there's a safety net for every single thing you do. I mean, if you look at the history of South Africa, there was apartheid, which was mainly a segregation of people according to their race, and they were treated and placed and ranked accordingly according to the color of their skin. And the legacy of apartheid is still existent in this day and age, and the government has been trying to bridge the gap that apartheid had instilled, which was a huge gap between the rich and the poor, the black, the white, the colored, and the Indian. And for me as an individual, that impacted me a lot because I knew no matter what I did, there was a safety net, and that to some extent affected the way I thought. It affected my work ethic. Coming from a single mom who was a nurse, I went to public school all my life, and basically I would rank as a product of the middleman, meaning I was okay, just okay. And that on so many levels affected the way I thought. And I hated it. It brought one word which I hate as an individual, and that word is mediocrity. Mediocrity. There was mediocrity in my work ethic, in what I produce, and that never, never sat well with me. And then until I found myself in environments that forced me to be bigger than myself, that forced me to get out of this comfort, literal comfort, mediocre zone, that's when I decided to, that's when the true best version of me actually came into fruition. I started attending business seminars, associating with men and women, of great of accomplishment, uh, going to see how it is on the other side of the fence. And I loved it. I fell in love with it. I mean, outside of that, I believe I've always been an intelligent individual, but now having a platform to display that, that then meant also a door and a pathway and an opportunity to enter that kind of lifestyle, which, number one, my mom would have that comfortability. And secondly, we can extend that to the masses, to the people. Um, so that's one thing. That environment really pushed me out of my comfort zone. I remember in high school, um, seeing advertisements of business seminars and conferences and just going on my own accord and using my lost cent just to sit at the back and listen and learn. And that is one key to growth: listening and learning, listening and learning. And no matter what age you are, that is something we will always need to do. Your environment. You are a product of what you read. You are a product of the environment you situate yourself in. Um, an individual is a combination of so many things, and that could be his foundation. I don't want to use the word background because that could be translated differently. A man is a product of his foundation, his surroundings, the books he has read, the people he affiliates with, and that is so crucial to your growth and development as an individual. I can see it's 7 minutes, so I now know the next time to have content created so that there's a beginning and an end, and I don't just work on my mind and go off on tangents and return, because that's the way I think. I go linear, I go off on a tangent, I come back. That's the way my mind thinks. So I always have a pen, a paper. I'm on my phone because I'm recording things so that things can work in order and accordingly. But yeah, your environment is crucial. You have to be cognizant of that. If you're in an environment that is not productive, you are in an environment with people who do not have goals, number one. Number two, whose goals are not in any way in line with yours, then you're definitely on the wrong path. That's how to know whether or not you are on the right path to success in life. So look at the books you read, look at the people you surround yourself with, and always have an open mind. You may say, August, you know what? I live at a very, isolated area. I'm not in the city. I don't know how to associate myself with people because I simply cannot get there. My geographical location makes it practically difficult to get to meet the people I look up to and I'm inspired by. I feel you, and I feel that at 101%. What you can do is use the power of the internet. You can look at YouTube videos, you can read up online books, you can communicate with these people on Skype if they're that approachable, but you have to be the one to take the first step. That's the most important thing. No one is going to come to your door and come to your room and make a conference in your house. Okay? You have to be the one to look up these types of events that are prudent and cognizant with your growth, what it is you want to achieve, and always be the one to take the first step in moving forward.